Thundergrunt.
What are you, blind?
It's a cock.
It's not a rocket, you sick fuck.
It's a cock!
Look, it's a cock and balls.
A dick. Chorizo and the huevos.
It's a big stiffy.
It's a penis.
Painimus Maximus.
Oh, really?
A weenie.
Mr. Jiggle Daddy.
The Wide Wonder Weasel. Don't you see that?
It's Jimmy and the Twins. Rumple Foreskin.
He made this.
It's made for dildo!
Ship in the center of Mars was a sack of souls with experiment scars. When the psychedelic monk said, "I'll take two," and he put them in a rocket and he ate a lot of glue. And he shot them straight to Earth where they turned into babies. They were named Bob and Matt, and they rarely got rabies. And the monk made a movie of their whole entire lives. They were panoramic scenes and zooms of the time. And one time Bob had sex with a ladle, and one time Matt lost a vet to a cradle, and another time Bob caught a dinosaur mom, and another time Matt bought a replica of Guam. And all this and more is on a DVD set, only $20.99 with the purchase of a chip. But if you call right now and say, "Where's my whisk?" we'll include this bonus disc.
Once upon a time in the future. At midnight tomorrow, billionaire Eleazar Kane will launch his new Eden missile to bring on another ice age. After mankind is extinct, Kane will reanimate the pairs of all Earth's animals he keeps frozen in his ark and create his vision of paradise. 1 hour ago.
What? Where are we
What
now?
day of the week is it?
It's at midnight tomorrow, an hour
But
ago.
an hour ago.
In the
is
future.
1
am I?
hour ago, 2 workers escaped from the New Eden compound and are racing to tell the police about Kane's master plan. Welcome to Bonus Disc!
Yay! Man.
I'm Bob Rose, and I'm here with the host of this podcast,
God damn it.
Matthew Arnold, PA.
Hi.
And joining us are two people we've never spoken to before, which is Johnny Campos and Huey Hesson.
I'm in.
Hey guys, how you doing? We'll get to it. Okay. So we sat down, we watched for some reason a Whoopi Goldberg movie.
The devil.
Called Theodore Rex. What you just heard was me reading the opening scroll to the movie. That's literally the first thing you see. Once upon a time in the future.
You know what? This movie is a little crazy, guys. We should probably prime these people a bit with a
We don't
scroll
want
of
to
some
throw
kind.
them in just blind.
That scroll is baffling. You're like, what?
Scene right after that, where the guy's running in black and white with the gun behind his back.
Yeah.
It's all in slow motion.
Yeah.
No, that's the other thing. The opening scroll is like in a font that's like Elder Script.
Yeah, it looks like you're
Yeah,
reading.
no, it looks like Lord of the Rings shit is happening.
I thought it was like
Even the
Dragon
title
Warrior
card that says
4.
Theodore Rex is like in this font, like Elder Scrolls font.
Yeah,
You're right.
It's weird.
It's so misleading because it's a movie that's like Once Upon a Time. Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense
it's like
so
fairy
far.
tale.
In
It's
the
like
future.
I thought it was gonna be some zany comedy.
there is no point of reference. That Once Upon a Time in the Future is an impossible point of reference, and then it's like tomorrow, and you're like
Tomorrow at
my
midnight."
brain, and an hour ago.
Hey guys, what's the thing that in the lexicon settles on the past more than anything? Once upon a time. Great. Let's follow that up with
but
in
it's
the future.
futuristic. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Then they want you to skip ahead to at midnight tonight in the future.
I've never seen a scroll like say like
Tomorrow.
tonight and then tomorrow. Why is this happening? Yeah, I've
then
never
an
seen
hour
that.
ago, 2 detectives are
Why
going
did it have to be an hour ago?
Yeah, it's a scroll. You can just say right now.
Oh god!
I didn't even think.
Like an hour. Like the story can start whenever you want, motherfucker. Jesus.
An hour and 3 minutes from now.
That's the beginning of them doing shit that's completely unnecessary and unneeded.
Oh yeah.
Dude, okay, in the very beginning, a guy gets blown up. A dinosaur gets blown up by a butterfly.
We open up when like he's like a guy walking through the woods. Looks like
It's like Predator vision. It's weird.
it's that
But it's just
actor. I forget
garbage
his name. He
bags
looks
on
like Lance
trees.
Henderson, sort of.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
does.
he's in stuff.
He's in a
forget.
lot of
Yeah.
stuff. He has really long, weird wig hair.
He's
I'm
whenever
thinking
anybody.
he's Dracula.
Yeah, he looks like Dracula
Everything
Untold.
that was
Like-
happening in this scene, I'm thinking that's Dracula.
It's Dracula. He's like, yeah, it's like the opening to fucking what is Van Helsing?
Yeah.
Like it could be the opening to Van Helsing.
Oh my god.
Right, and he
With
comes
it-
on a clearing with a bridge, and there's a dinosaur on a bridge.
Now, was that a different dinosaur than Theodore?
Yeah,
Did I?
he says,
Okay, because
he says,
Yeah, no, we
no,
didn't-
don't do that. He says in a weird, goofy
Yeah,
voice.
don't do that. I don't want to die.
Millie.
Yeah, and then this
Edge.
guy releases a butterfly from his hand, and it flies toward the dinosaur's
CG
head.
butterfly.
A CGI
Very bad.
1996 CGI
it actually
butterfly.
looked better than I
pretty
expected. Man. I gotta
Well, it's just
admit.
two planes just flapping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
planes.
but it looked all right.
But the thing is, it exploded as soon as it hit the dinosaur's face.
It landed on his nose and exploded.
And then we're instantly shown Theodore Rex waking up from a nightmare.
Yes.
So
Okay.
So
Right.
as of now, what
you
we
got-
just saw
you got
was
the
in
scroll-
his dream.
Right, it didn't even happen.
You're right at the beginning of this, and all you know is that there's a man about to shoot a rocket into space, and now you're
'Cause
just
he
looking at a
wants to be-
dinosaur waking up.
And and we know that it's Noah's Ark, sort of like he
Yeah.
wants the two of every
He's gonna
animal.
destroy. He's gonna
Another ice- a
age.
second
He's gonna
ice
freeze
age.
everybody.
I don't understand why he needs to freeze this planet.
I would assume
that's just the scroll. yeah, like why?
That's such a small part of this movie. When
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
Yeah.
on that note, I just assume that he's creating an ice age, so he's also going to freeze all of them and the shit he wants to survive cryogenically in a safe place to unfreeze.
Right.
So everything else. So
well, we'll get
I mean,
to
I guess
that.
he's going to ride out an ice age. Jesus Christ!
I don't even know. Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
So
So, we could talk about Theodore's apartment for like
Jesus.
a half
it's
hour,
crazy.
easy. It's,
But he wakes up, and the first thing he does is just like, boom, gets on the phone.
Yeah,
and is like,
calls the police.
I want to talk to the police department. Okay, I just had a funny feeling. Did anything strange happen today?
You're like,
best detective work you've ever seen in your life. I just had a dream.
What?
What's happening in the world?
Dinocide in the park.
Dinocide.
You know,
what?
he is like a figurehead detective for the sake of like mankind and dino kind, like getting
He's like a
along.
novel-
right?
we're not,
Novelty no one
and mind
respects.
you, we're not even telling you what we know. We know as much as you do right now. Like we didn't know what his place in this world is as a
Right.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
Later,
So we're
sort
like,
of.
is he a fucking detective? Is it normal to have a dinosaur be a detective?
Like he has premonitions now. He's a psychic dino detective. What the hell is
he
happening?
lives in a world that makes like shit for dinosaurs too, because he has clothing.
Yeah.
and shoes.
we gotta address his tub.
Yes,
oh
his
man,
tub.
Getting ready,
that's
right?
so angry.
He has a shower that's a clawfoot tub. The clawfoot are
Dinosaur
feet, which is like having a human foot tub, which is insane. And then on top of that, it's not built for him. It's just a tub.
No, it's a
So his tail's, like,
human-sized
sticking
tub.
out.
And his tail sticks out. All this water is splashing.
on the
all
floor.
over the
Although later
floor.
on, the female T-Rex
Is
has a
taking-
full-size bubble bath in that tub. So
Yeah, their tail is fully submerged in and fits in. It's a huge
they're the
fucking
same
tub.
size.
Meanwhile, he's driving a car that has a complete fucking shelf cabinet thing on the side of
Yeah.
it to house his tail, and wearing shoes that are 3 human shoes, like
Which
stitched
is such
together.
a concern, mind you, that we learn later in the movie that car was made by the fucking police department
for
to
him.
accommodate a dinosaur
And-
detective.
but the problem was
He wasn't a detective at
No,
this
he had
point.
dreams, because remember he had that poster
well, yeah, when he
that
says
says
Dino-
dinosaur detective?
when he says big dreams or something like that, but then he gets into the car and he goes, "My first case," and you're like,
That's
Wait a
it.
minute.
No,
"Wait, what? How is
Wait,
so,
we're missing the most
wait.
important thing in the movie, which is before he walks out of his house, he looks at the cookie shooter machine.
Yeah, that's right. I
and
almost
he,
forgot.
And he pushes a button that shoots a macadamia nut
he goes,
cookie
"Cookie."
right into his hand.
Fucking
That's
awesome.
not even dinosaur related.
No,
Like
that's
a
just
pizza launcher.
awesome.
that's just
fucking-
awesome.
It's a fucking box that fires cookies at you. Dude, it's fucking awesome.
Because
I-
it runs
everyone
through the rest of the movie. The guy likes cookies.
Oh yeah, he loves cookies.
on
Well,
crack
see,
for
that's what I
cookies.
kind of want to bring up here. I think that the dinosaur people, while they are people, they're kind of retarded. Okay. Because he's like cookie, 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 and then we're gonna do this stuff later with the
He's also-
grunting and the
He's also got
breathing and all
like a
that.
schizophrenic thing, because he'll be like angry 1 minute
And then be like,
totally
"Ah."
fine the next.
And it's
Yeah, they're like,
Dude, sometimes he's just straight up having weird dinosaur orgasms. Like,
So
just,
this is
yeah,
this
it's
is how I'm
just
gonna
weird.
explain how it's his first case. Somebody was like, "Hey man, you're a cop," and he just has been like, "Oh, cop,
Yeah.
just doing whatever, cookies, eat cookies. Oh, crime's bad."
They established
Just doing nothing, and then he was like, "I have a dream. I must call and figure it out. So he's like, first case. Wow, here we go. After 5 years on the job, I guess I should start working.
Which,
Well, they established that all the dinosaurs are new. Like they're
yeah, we find out not long after this that the dinosaurs have been created not that long ago
by the greatest name
by Elazar.
villain.
Yeah,
So
it was
Elazar
Kane.
Kane.
Elazar Kane.
My theory is that
Fucking
the
badass
dinosaurs
name.
are all like kids, man, because
Yeah.
he has,
They're probably
he
gonna
has, like,
live
two
for,
toy
like-
cars and shit. He wants to show the big.
I mean, you
dinosaurs.
guys, like I've already acknowledged while we were watching it, this is obviously whoever was writing this was trying to make this huge homage to Blade Runner.
Oh yeah,
Replicants
Definitely.
that haven't existed that long.
True.
He's a cop. I mean, even when he's even wearing sort of a trench coat at the beginning. It's not really. It's like a trench.
Like I said, he looks like Tom Baker, Doctor Who.
Yeah, he does kind of look weird.
He's got a
man.
weird
the fact
sweater
that
and
his
a
clothes
vest.
come into play at all is a problem. Is a weird thing.
He's never properly dressed.
We will get to that. We will get to that. All right. So he leaves his house. He goes to the police
crime
station.
scene. No, he goes directly
He goes
to the crime
directly to the
scene.
crime scene,
Because we
right.
were like, wait a minute, why is he on a crime? Because we still didn't realize he was actually part of the police
Right.
department.
We thought he was just some guy that had a dream.
Lunacy.
Yeah.
I mean, who the fuck knows?
I thought he was a PI.
They just threw you in like a whirlpool.
I figured
Yeah.
he was a PI, and he's like my first case. Like
No.
he's actually got it, but he's actually working. For
He had a
it.
badge.
God, it doesn't. Make
He had a
any
badge
sense,
from
man.
the police department.
Yeah.
But no gun because he doesn't believe in
he
violence.
No
doesn't believe in
violence.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in violence.
So he shows up to the crime scene. He looks at the dead dinosaur, and he's like, "This is awful. This is just awful." And what happened? Nothing. Right?
No. But they do address one important thing about the secret mental dino powers
Oh, they
here.
do.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck me.
Okay.
Yeah, he
so
says we can all feel it.
we can all kind of feel it. You know, it's kind of hard to understand, but we all sort of feel
Because
each other.
they say a dinosaur has never been killed before.
Yeah.
it's
No.
the first time.
Ever. This is the first time a dinosaur has been murdered for any reason.
Which
So they really
do they-
haven't been around long.
We should
I would
mention
give
we're
him
in the
like
grid.
6 years. Or
Oh yeah,
something.
this all takes
Oh,
place
I'm
in
sorry.
the grid,
The grid.
Oh,
unless
it's-
of
the
course
grid
you're in the
police.
ninja grid.
Grid
There's a
police.
ninja grid. There's a ninja grid.
There's a ninja
We don't.
grid.
The grid is just Earth. I think that's what they call Earth in the future.
I guess.
Because everything's part of the grid.
But then what's the ninja
Well,
grid?
what we skipped
The
over.
ninja grid is the bad part of town, I guess.
The grid is the main city, and then
Do
the
they have
ninja
a Viking grid?
is
Is there
like
a charity
Chinatown.
grid?
Maybe there's a
carry
grid. Maybe there's a grid for every
Agriculture
costume
grid.
that he tried on in the costume scene. Like there's like
That's
a
right.
bandito
There's a
grid,
Hawaiian
there's a
grid.
Viking grid, a Hawaiian grid.
Finally, you've been able to justify the inclusion of that scene now.
God, this is already more thought than they put into any of that shit.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Well, we skipped over the fact before he gets there, we're introduced to Whoopi Goldberg's character.
Oh yeah, she's fighting a bunch of what do they call them?
Well,
Zap
she's-
heads,
Zap heads.
Katie.
which are the coolest looking thing in the
Katie
movie.
Coltrane.
By far.
I was about to say Katie Soul Train.
Katie Coltrane. There's a lot of black exploitation
Coltrane.
cinema. Coltrane, and then there's
Richard Roundtree
Richard
plays
Roundtree
the fucking
Shaft
chief
is
of
in
police.
the chief of police
Man.
in this movie.
then-
Why? All right.
He's like doing fucking
need to look
physical
this up.
gags with a dinosaur. And
Well,
you're like, this is like a shaft.
that whole chase scene at the beginning doesn't make any sense.
No.
Like, she literally dives into a truck that has a glass ceiling into it.
Why? It's a box truck with a glass
with
ceiling.
a skylight. And then
She falls out the back on a table that's hooked to a
That
chain.
made no
Wait,
sense.
wait,
All right,
wait,
so
wait,
hold on.
wait,
All right.
hold on.
Look,
hold on.
she smashed-
Before she does that, she fires a bullet into a fucking tank of propane in the back of the truck, which just spurts fire and has some fire.
Yeah, literally,
like,
they
around.
show that it's on fire and it
Yeah.
doesn't explode.
Doesn't
It's just
explode.
spitting fire
And then
out.
she falls out the back of the
She
table.
doesn't fall out. What happened was, and it makes no fucking sense.
God damn it.
They're in this fucking box truck with a skylight. The fire's going. The main bad guy, well, I forget his name, he just grabs the
You mean
a
Edge?
lever.
Is
He
it Edge?
No,
He wasn't in that
He was like
scene.
Scooter or some shit.
Yes,
like
there's
that.
a guy named Edge in the
Spider, I
movie.
think.
And the guy named Knife.
Yes,
There's a
and
guy named Knife
Knife.
and Edge.
But he grabs a lever and he pulls it, and then somehow
Right.
the cart she was hiding behind shoots out the back of the thing with her on top of it,
Like they had
with a
planned-
chain attached
It was
to
like
it.
a chrome prep table.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then she
Why
like
was
they-
the chain attached? What did that lever do? She was laying on the ground under it, like
It
not
had
getting
fallen
shot.
over. Like they didn't plan for that to
No.
fall over and then shoot out the back.
But
It
then
made-
she
what
regroups.
lever did he pull?
Besides that, she's in there.
It's not important.
No, there is no besides that. It was that makes no sense.
That makes no sense, but she's in the back of the truck trying to apprehend these bad guys. She's firing everywhere, falling through skylights, all this insane shit. She regroups after like getting her composure back from falling off the back of the truck on the
And
table.
she
and she
slides.
goes,
She slides to stop into a wall on the table.
looks
Goes,
up and goes, "Oh yeah."
What?
Oh yeah, why you're fucking ruining this whole thing, bitch.
You fucked it all up.
This chase is going terrible.
She couldn't be.
Meanwhile, her
damn.
partner is like fighting the fat woman that's driving the
He's a
truck.
pudgy white
Yeah,
guy. Looks like a
with-
marshmallow.
No, it was a woman, I thought.
No, that was a
no.
dude,
That was a man? No way.
Yes.
No fucking way.
That was a
That looked
dude.
like a woman.
That was a dude,
All
man.
right,
that was
fine,
totally
well.
a dude.
I was somewhere else at the time, apparently. I don't know. That looked like
he was
woman.
a weird, like fluffy looking
For
guy.
a future cop, he was like looking kind of out of shape.
Yeah, he looked like a suburban
No,
dad.
not the cop. The woman There was a person driving
yeah.
the truck was a
that
woman.
was a woman.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Her partner was a man. He was puffy and weird. With Jesus Christ, I was talking about the person driving the truck.
I thought it was a man at first,
No,
and
there's
then
a
it was
fat
a
woman driving
Yeah.
the truck,
Right.
and then there's this puff man who smashed through the window, fighting the whole time, and then they crash the truck and it explodes. No, they escape.
The
have
zap
their, like,
heads
I
escape.
thought you had the front. I thought you had the back thing. And
Which
then
is
the
weird
thing
because
explodes, and you're like,
I
you
thought-
guys fucked that up from top to bottom.
Nothing was done correctly.
Nothing was done correctly, and
You
I
didn't
honestly
catch
didn't think
anyone.
the zap heads would be important to the rest of the movie.
No,
Yeah.
I just thought that this was introducing us to how badass like Whoopi
that's-
Goldberg's
that's what I
character
thought.
was.
they were called
yeah.
the Zap Heads.
They were
That's what they
Yeah,
kept calling.
you call them
Because
zap
when
heads.
Theodore was going to eat him, he was going to have a zappy meal.
A zappy meal, right?
yeah.
That's that. You needed that joke, so
No, but
yeah.
what we forgot to mention was the reason the Whoopi Goldberg first initially attacked them was that they were chasing down a guy in the street and they shot him.
A rollerblader.
Oh, it was a guy who looked like a 1920s like pig skinner
Yeah.
on rollerblades, and they shot him in the back, and then they took his body, and that's
Right.
what they were chasing him down for.
They were chasing him down for
so
that.
when the thing explodes and everything, they still have the body.
Which has something to do with the bigger plot, since the
Yeah.
zap heads work for Edge. Edge is the guy. Edge is the guy from the beginning who killed the dinosaur with the butterfly.
yeah.
because that
Edge-
wasn't a
Ed-
dream. It all happened.
Right,
Yeah.
and that did happen. And then Edge also works for
Eleazar
Eleazar
Kane.
Kane.
Not to be confused with Knife, who is the doctor.
Who's the doctor at the
medevac.
medevac?
He's
Yeah.
spoken about like 3 times, and he's in one scene.
He's in one scene.
He's like shadowy
In
and you don't,
silhouette.
as
Like
if
it's
he's
a
gonna be
secret.
important or something.
She
No.
walks in this giant like fucking air tunnel, like to see
with
him.
one body in it and a guy.
Speaking of the body,
yeah,
we should get to the other body,
Which one?
the dinosaur body.
We already talked about the dinosaur. Oh, well,
we didn't talk about where
Okay,
they
so
hold their
but they find that
autopsies.
body and they can't ID it.
Right. Then well, they
So
that's
they're
the-
like, we
then
gotta
they-
figure out who this is.
and that's when they go to that
that's
party.
when they send it to Knife.
They got to go to that.
who's super
No, no, no,
important.
They got to
right?
go to that party.
Just Theodore goes to the party because he wants to be put on this on the
Right,
case.
Theodore goes to the party at the Natural History Museum. Remember with the
Right,
elephants and
right,
stuff?
right, yeah.
Where Eleazar Kane and the chief of police are, and that
Eleazar
guy who
Kane's
looks like
personal
Tim
doctor.
Robbins is.
Yeah.
We'll just call him Tim Robbins.
Yeah, Tim Robbins.
And they
is there.
talk about how like Theodore's really young. He was just created not long ago. But hey, let's give him a shot.
Yeah.
Let's let him be a real
And
cop.
we're gonna lift
we
the
find
veil.
so much shit out in that little scene. We're
He's
just
no,
like,
he's no
Yeah,
longer
Eleazar
gonna be like
Kane
this
made it.
fake-
That's where we found out Eleazar Kane made all the dinosaurs.
because he calls them my children. Like,
Yeah.
and they call
And
him
he's like,
the
you're my
creator.
crowning achievements.
Yeah,
They
and one guy
introduced him
even
as
says like it's
your
not even-
creator.
Yeah, one guy jokes that you're meeting your fucking creator. It's weird.
And his license plate reads "The Grid."
The
Almighty.
Almighty.
Yo, that is
Almighty.
the baddest shit ever, dude.
Almighty.
The
Also,
Grid
this
Almighty.
also
Almighty
establishes
creator.
how like fucking flippant he is with his tail. He like beats the shit
That's
out of people.
supposed to be
It's
a
just-
running
it's-
gag.
It's
It's
a
just
running
not
gag. If
funny.
that's the comedy,
Yeah,
is that he
that's the
hits
physical
everything
comedy.
with
Every
his tail.
fucking thing you could hit, he hits it. So.
Yet they can't make a fucking shower.
No.
Yeah, well, that could fit that. Accommodate
The
that
physical
tail.
comedy was pointless. It was
so
so
many
bad.
Well,
things
the
that were not
dinosaur could
needed.
barely move. I mean,
Yeah,
this
these
was
dinosaurs were
a costume
ridiculous.
from the show Dinosaurs, but maybe even a little worse.
A little worse.
Yeah.
like it was a little worse than
The
that.
lips were worse.
Yeah,
The eyes were really weird. It had like
Yeah.
I'm a little stressed was one look, and then I'm totally pissed was like the other expression.
And
the
then he was
eyes
like,
had.
as wide open as they could go. He was just like fucking
yeah. When he was ready to
manic.
kill.
It was
Rape mode. So
So he goes and begs to do it.
And they
They're
say-
like,
They let him do it. He gets really
Because wait,
excited.
I want to
Very
clarify
excited.
something. So,
Remember, he starts eating cookies at the giant
Yeah, yeah.
mouth
He's like
cookie?
stealing cookies. Yeah.
oh yeah, we gotta address that. This guy's like, these are all free. And he's like, oh yeah, and he opens the thing, he goes, cookies, my God, cookies. And then he taps the guy on the other shoulder with his tail, and the guy just walks away.
Yeah.
Like, what was that?
now he's distracted and I can
and
eat
he
my
goes,
cookies.
see ya, buddy. And it's like, how, when, and why would that ever work? on anyone.
And why are you trying to deceive him? They're free.
Yeah, he
cookies.
just said
you
they're for
can't
you.
steal these things.
And then he proceeds to shovel them into his mouth, sort of, but not
But
really.
also,
You
like,
know?
his clothes and
It looks
stuff.
like he's just shoving
They're
them in
going
his
into his
pockets.
clothes,
And
man.
upon hearing the news that he's now an official detective, he takes his 2 handfuls of cookies and throws them in the air.
and hugs them.
Right.
But
There's
wait,
like
wait.
bone cracking noises and shit.
But before that, they're talking about him, and they're like, so he's no longer going to be like a publicity stunt, because before this, they just told the general public that he was a detective.
Yeah, I almost felt like they were doing it like RoboCop. You know, like they made it.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he was like one of the few dinosaurs. Like there's 5 of them. I didn't know that there
No,
were.
there's when he leaves his house, he's in a
know.
whole fucking dinosaur neighborhood. Man.
I thought
There's
there was
dinosaurs
less,
everywhere.
less
No, but
dinosaurs.
him being a
there's
member of the
fuckload of
police
dinosaurs.
force, he officially, as far as the public knew, was.
Yeah.
But it was just for show. And now they're
and the
like,
public has accepted these dinosaurs as
as
equivalent
as
humans.
yeah.
They're
Yes.
equivalent.
over the
Although-
course of a few short years.
Like they're
we-
able to like be judge and jury and stuff. Like
we
you know.
can't manage to not kill each other in real life, but in the future, once upon a time, an hour ago at midnight, dinosaurs and human people.
Fine.
That's like no problem.
Sentient dinosaurs.
So then, what was that? Then he
Well, he
meets,
partners
meets
up with-
Coltrane, and
They're like, yeah,
Coltrane
this is your
like,
partner.
Not feeling it.
No.
She's like, well, first of all, we've already met Coltrane.
It's a classic
and this
buddy
guy
cop
comes
scenario.
walking
Yeah, I
out,
didn't understand that.
Like, as if we're not supposed to know who Coltrane
No,
is.
we already met Coltrane, and he goes, "We're gonna pair you up with the baddest badass that ever badassed." And it's a
Coltrane.
shot of a guy that's like Arnold Schwarzenegger, covered in like
He looks like
commando.
Duke Nukem.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah,
like
it
Duke
looks like the cover
Nukem.
of Duke Nukem.
And then
Yeah.
she walks past him and just pushes him out of the way.
Hey, Coltrane.
But the
He's like,
joke
"Oh,
doesn't
Coltrane."
work, like you said, Huey, because we
already
know who she is.
Who Coltrane is.
A fucking failure who can't do anything right.
Yeah.
Just a fucking ass.
And she's not having. She's like, he's a dinosaur.
Says
She
it
said
like 7 times.
times.
You're a dinosaur.
You're a dinosaur.
Mind you, at this point, we think she's still fully human.
That's,
Well, that's
I'm
also
still
true.
not even fully
I
sure
still don't even
about that.
understand
No,
what
yeah,
happened there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
she's
She's
a
wearing like a
human.
mantis suit, you know, from like
Yeah,
No,
she's
it's
wearing
more
a,
than that. It's
she's wearing
more
a
than that.
skin tight black suit with like I don't know. What
Addition-
we call it.
like-
in which
She's
she's
supposed to
enhan-
look
digital
buff, and I think that's why
enhancements?
she never runs, because you'd be able to see things jiggle more.
Yeah.
And she always like walks like
her arms
very-
are all jacked.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right?
She's not intimidating at all.
Mantis.
No, I mean it's
Not at all intimidating, and also just the idea of trying to sell her as like this action badass.
Right.
It falls so fucking short. It's ludicrous.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Even she, like now on IMDb, it even said, I mean, she probably would agree with us on this. I mean, she
No,
tried to leave the movie. They tried suing her for $20 million.
Whoa.
And she was like, all right, I'll do it. she tried.
That's
She
so
did not
awesome.
want to do this movie.
That is fucking amazing.
Yeah, she did
We'll
not
sue
want to
you.
do this. So this is not Whoopi Goldberg being like, yeah, I'm doing a kids movie. This is her like, I agreed, damn it.
God.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go.
Man,
pretty
that's-
sad state of affairs on all
How
accounts.
far into the production did that happen?
Well, remember I told you guys
God
like
damn.
it said on IMDb that like so many people were leaving the crew that by the time the end of the shoot happened, the crew was completely different than the original crew.
That's bananas.
Like so many people left. This
Why?
was
Because the content was just so
so
stupid,
shitty, I guess.
so bad.
This was the
I
director.
don't know. If I was
the
on
director
set for something like
retired
that, I'd be
after
like, "Yo,
this.
this movie's bonkers."
Yeah.
I would have been like, "Yo, this shit
I'm not leaving this set
completely
unless they
out of
drag me out of
here."
here.
Yeah,
I gotta
like,
see
gotta
what
everything.
happens.
What the fuck else are they gonna
Well,
trot out
speaking,
here?
I think the first really big like what the fuck laugh, like even bigger than the ones we've had already, happened right after the scene. Because they're like, okay, we got to see the autopsy
Oh my
of a
God.
dinosaur. Where's it going to happen?
So they get in the car.
And
They-
Teddy goes, well, I guess it would be at the Natural
He's like,
History
"Oh,
Museum.
the Natural History Museum. Right.
Smash cut.
They get into the car. They drive like 4 feet, smash into a sign, and he ruins like the Natural History Museum sign. It just falls
It's like,
apart.
oh, I'll glue the head back on.
I'm not sure.
Was that the, yeah, where? Because they
Were
were
they-
at
did
a Natural History Museum.
And then they drove.
Natural.
But was it it's so unclear.
It's so unclear what happened there.
Yeah, I mean, was that the
Same
museum?
place.
Was it the same place?
Is it because they were in a Natural History Museum? Remember the
Are they
like the
but maybe
backdrop
they were
with all
just
the
in
different stuffed
another
animals?
museum.
But it was full of like all
It
the
was
animals.
full of
and
animals.
The
shit.
National
shit.
History Museum was a place they were just walking
And he just
out
smashed
of.
into a
They
sign.
get in a car,
Yeah,
smash into a sign, and then walk back into the same building.
That is
Presumably.
just so they can squeeze in the scene of Whoopi Goldberg getting in the passenger seat and him like, you want me to raise your seat up a little bit and knock her
Oh
head
my
into
God.
the
Oh yeah, and
ceiling?"
it
Oh,
smashes her
Lord.
head into the
Yeah,
ceiling.
the seat went
It's just so
impossibly
they
high.
can do that. It's just so they
Dude,
can
the
do that.
dinosaur can barely fit in it as it is.
Yeah, why
it
would
should
they-
only need to raise like
This
3
is a car
inches.
that was made especially for giant dinosaurs to get in.
It has a lamb wool covered like baby seat for humans that rises so high that it hits your head into the ceiling of the cab.
Yeah, it's like a roller coaster ride because it has the bar that comes down instead of a
We didn't cover
seatbelt.
the fact that in the back of it, it has like 2 rows. It's like a tour bus.
Yeah, it's like a tram at Universal Studios. It's really weird.
People sit above his tail. Yeah.
I got it, dude. I gotta believe that this was a repurposed thing for this movie. I mean, it was for something else.
No. No,
It had to
they
be.
dumped
Come on.
so much goddamn money in this movie,
thing.
Bob. It was beautiful. I thought it looked awesome. Like, everything was like, there was so much going on. There was shit everywhere. Everything was
Oh
a bunch
my
of different
God.
colors. It was super 90s.
It had CGI.
It had CGI.
It had like
fucking
a scene with,
practical
like,
They showed the
points.
wide shot of the grid. It was
Yo.
a CGI city.
It was insane.
Oh, yeah.
CGI city.
I forgot about that.
They're like, where are they?
It was like a lawnmower man CGI city.
Yeah, it was
It
garbage.
was awesome. Anyway,
Fucking lawnmower.
I remember Huey when they walk into the Natural History Museum, and it just no fanfare. It just scrolls. The shot scrolls over, and you see that in fact there's a dinosaur laying on an
Oh, yeah,
autopsy
yeah.
table, and you just say, "Wait, he was right."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he guessed that there
Could
would
have
be.
called someone and be like, where'd you take that body?
No.
That was
I'm
his
telling you, they're
detective
trying-
intuition.
They're trying to
Yeah.
show us that he has fucking premonition abilities.
I don't know if it's premonition. I don't know.
But it's
He's
dead.
clairvoyant.
But this dinosaur's dead.
He
There's
just
no
took
more
a wild
ESP.
shot in the dark for that, and he's like, I don't know, I guess.
Yeah, where are other dead dinosaurs?
He's talking to
There's
himself. He's like,
Natural
oh, I wonder
History
where you saw
Museum.
them. Oh, of course, the Natural History Museum. Why didn't I think of
So
that?
he
earlier?
ended up in
And
an
that's-
unnatural history
And remember,
museum.
and like I said, we're watching it. This is also a place that not only was he right about this is where they perform autopsies, this place was fucking equipped. They had a
Yeah.
tail print recognizer.
That did a
was like-
hologram fax. It was
Yeah,
called
they
a
did
holofax.
holofax
Yeah,
in it.
of a
This
tail
place
print.
was ready for dinosaur autopsies. And remember, no other dinosaur has ever been murdered. This place was ready.
Gonna send you a
what was that
holofax
woman
of the
doing?
tail fingerprint.
That nurse was like, I haven't had time to do anything. She was just sleeping.
Yeah.
She was sleeping, sitting up.
Oh my god.
and then he shows up, and
Theodore
the
Rex.
greatest
Yeah.
thing ever happened.
Oh my god.
Where Theodore Rex is like, I'll figure this out. And you're like, what the fuck do you know?
First
case ever.
First day as an official cop. First case.
He leans over the head of the dinosaur and he starts going, and like grunting and snorting and breathing really
Looks like
weird.
he's fucking her head.
Yeah, it
His-
looks
its
like
head.
it's fucking the head of this dead thing. And,
And
then he
isn't
goes,
Whoopi just talking to the other doctor and
Yeah.
just having a casual conversation?
yeah, like it's not happening. And you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, you guys know what this is?
Yeah. Jesus. And he like takes these tweezers and he goes, let me go back in. And he closes his eyes. It looks so creepy. He's like, no. And he pulls a piece of the butterfly bomb out of the thing's face.
Yeah.
Wing, a section of the wing.
Part of the
Out of its
wing
nose.
out of its nose. And you're just like, what was all the moaning for? What was it?
I thought he was
He like rubbed its head and was like,
It might have
oh.
made sense if it was going like he was reading the dead mind or something, you know?
That's what he was doing.
I guess.
I don't think so, man.
He was like
I
talking
think he
to
was.
its body, being like, tell me where it is.
Tell me where it is.
Now you guys keep. I don't think that thing looks blown up enough. It got a bomb to
No.
the face. And
It's
it
a
looked,
dinosaur,
It just
man.
burned a little bit.
It's got big gashes and cuts in it.
Did it?
I think its head should probably
Its
be
head should have
decimated.
No, the head should have been
annihilated.
gone.
Yeah, his
A
head should
bomb
be
went
gone.
right into its nose, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, a piece of wing was in its nose. The rest of it exploded all over its face, and all we saw was like this creepy
Rick the
smiling.
smile thing.
Rick the
Oh my
smile.
god, that was nightmarish.
It was like
I really was like they cut its lips off.
Yeah, but you don't get a front-on shot. It's like this over-the-shoulder shot. It's very brief, so it's just there to like give you this
Yeah, it's
weird
just
look. It's
slow.
like, just there.
So that's what leads them to the fact that it's the toy maker, right?
God,
Because the autopsy woman recognizes it as
No.
Right?
They
No,
got that.
no. That's when they send it to the science lab.
oh right,
Where we get to go to where, god damn it, man. You guys were like talking and I just started screaming, what room is this? It's like
it's like an ice rink. Or
yeah, it looks
something.
like I mean, imagine the light up chessboard
rises up.
People are
people are like curling. It's like
it's like Zen garden curling on a light up chessboard in the middle of this room full of computers.
Perfect. That's exactly what it is.
They're like talking to this guy, and I didn't know what any of the dialogue was because I was laughing too hard. And they're talking to this guy, and in the background, this fucking dude rises up on top of this chair with all this like tendril shit coming off of it. And I was like, what is going on? No one is addressing, and he just started talking. I was like, "Oh my god, that scene
really
was fucking
weird.
incredible."
Oh, Jesus.
They built that whole fucking room for that one scene.
That's what I'm saying.
It was
It's all
amazing.
background. It's all background.
And every
These people
turn.
aren't even involved in that shit that we just said. It's like a whole
good.
city of shit going on in a
I love that
room.
you said we should get a smash cut of just like background extras doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
It's like
Everybody
Yeah.
in this movie's
The
doing
sets are
bananas
amazing.
bullshit in the
There's so
background.
much money spent on this movie. Burned to shit, literally.
For no reason.
Oh,
For
it's so
nothing.
good.
It's
For
so
That
nothing
scene
for
was
the
not even
story.
that important.
It was, you could have done that in a room with a white wall, and it would have been fine.
Now build a big thing. I don't know.
want
Make
a
up some
hockey
sort of
rink.
space shuffleboard or some shit. I don't know what we're doing in here.
oh shit. We forgot one of the most important characters, the little kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He's
well,
been in by
that-
like twice at this point. And he has
Dude,
no
he was
purpose.
such an insignificant character.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg's son at some point in her life
The guy
befriended...
she like wants to fuck, or she
No,
like,
no,
wants
the,
to
the,
fuck
the
her.
kid. No, what?
No,
Good
what?
Lord,
No.
the
Kid has Whoopi to
That's
fuck
not
his father.
No,
Dad,
the kid
no.
wants Whoopi to fuck his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what's happening.
that's what is happening. Yeah,
But Whoopi befriends like some kid that runs a hot dog stand on the street.
The mystery
It's
meat
supposed to, I
stand.
guess
And
it's
they
supposed
have
to-
the most.
well, because we need him to be kidnap bait for later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though not really.
Not really, right?
But
I
then-
got a surprise for you. Will you see me in the park? I don't like surprises. Come on, it'll
Come
be
on,
nice.
just
Oh,
do
and
it
he
for
tells
me.
her to meet him at 2 p.m. the next
At
day
the park.
At the park.
Which is
Which
not
is
a
a
park.
dump.
Yeah,
it's
we
a
get to the
fucking-
park
It's a junk car coliseum with just
with a
fucking-
concrete
like
playground.
multi
Yeah.
spray
Like just-
painted playground. It looks nice and cute, and all the kids are just
It
like
kinda is
they look
awesome
like
looking.
fucking like extras from
Like-
fucking the Warriors or
Yeah,
something.
they got
Oh,
like
God.
warrior paint on their face and
Yeah,
and,
this
like
movie
street
is like
hockey
if
gear.
fucking Tank Girl and the Warriors exploded.
I'm
on a
telling you,
fucking
man, with the
film.
with the Blade Runner thing going on, I would love to see. I said while we were watching it, man, I want to see like fucking Michael Bay do a dark ass remake of this shit.
Fine.
Theodore
I mean, you can't
Rex.
make it worse.
Dude, it'd
No,
be
there's no way.
amazing. It'd
Nobody
be
would get
awesome.
upset.
Yeah, no one
You
get
don't have
upset.
that angry fanboy base.
Yeah.
You'll just be able to like,
Everyone would be like, well, I guess Michael Bay would do better. So
Like, let me speak of Theodore Rex.
all right.
Okay, sure, give it a shot, buddy.
Can you imagine how insanely huge this shit would be? It'd be
Well,
nuts.
they try
Dude,
to
that
ask you a
scene we
couple-
were just talking about would be even better.
Yeah.
There
yeah,
would
like
be-
a pyramid or
Yeah,
something.
fucking God knows what would be going. You can't even fathom what would be going on in a room if Michael Bay was in charge of that.
Oh my God.
Oh, I wish.
All right. So, where were we at? We're at
So they're trying to figure out what the piece of the thing was at the lab.
Isn't that when they find the toy maker?
That's when somebody
information
tells
out?
them about. No. Well, that's later when they
Okay.
reconstruct the bomb.
They
Right,
go to-
okay.
When are they going to talk to the
They
chief?
they go. No. Look.
Oh, the next
they,
thing is they go.
they go talk to the guy, the dinosaur Oliver, who's died.
Oh, they go to the nightclub.
They go to the nightclub.
the
They
nightclub.
talk
Oh
to
my
his
God.
wife. The nightclub is called Extinct Species Club.
Only.
Even though it's a bunch of
Oh,
species.
No, it was called the Extinct Species Club.
Even
And
though
the
it's a
woman-
bunch of species that are now
Yeah, they're
existing
living.
again, so they're not.
they're
yeah,
not
but humans are
anymore.
soft skins are all there.
Soft skins, which are
Yeah,
humans. which I don't
hanging
know
out
if we
at the
said
bar for
that.
God knows what reason. I
It's
would never
literally,
act
like I
with
said,
dinosaurs.
it's the scene from
Raccoon.
Fear and Loathing in Las
Oh,
Vegas.
when did that happen?
And then a bunch of gross
Hold
lizard
on.
monsters try to have sex with Whoopi Goldberg in the club.
Oh, man.
Coincidence?
Oh,
Yeah.
she gets hit
I
on
think
by
not.
two different fucking
Triceratops.
and a tooth guy.
know what
Allosaurus
that
or
other guy
something like
was.
Yeah,
that.
it was like
it
Alice.
the
And she like
birthing
makes
one?
fun of
Oh, no.
him. She's like, "Do you think you're gonna go home with somebody?"
Looking
Which
like
opens
that.
up the possibility that she might actually
He
go
fuck
home
a dinosaur.
with another dinosaur.
I wish we saw that.
That
but I
was the
don't know.
dinosaur where his teeth were so long that he couldn't close his own
Yeah, he's
mouth.
just
Yeah.
like.
No, I like the Triceratops one was just going like,
Yeah,
like rubbing himself
really
and moaning
creepy.
and like,
No,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
the round guy who
'Cause
was
they're
just
having,
bouncing
like,
in
a-
his seat and then turning to burp in her face every 3 minutes was great.
yeah, they were having like a serious argument.
That's
and she was
also-
just like, this guy, I cannot be comfortable with this man looking at me.
we were laughing pretty hard, but during this scene is when that sermon took place too.
No,
Right?
the sermon takes place
Right?
during the funeral.
Yeah,
this
the
is
funeral.
Like the
This
dance.
is no, yeah, this
The
is.
woman
Oh
comes out and does the
shit!
dance.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're in the
well,
club.
Excuse me.
The club. Yeah.
It's
Bob,
a weird,
chronologically, we gotta keep this
weird-looking
movie
room
straight.
filled with dinosaur
Yeah.
puppets.
Huey just touched on something I don't want to forget because it doesn't matter when it happens in the movie, but at some point there's a news story about Alistair Kane and how at midnight tomorrow he is going to start the repopulation of raccoons that have been extinct for years.
So he's gonna just start them up again.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
the kid-
just
like,
bringing them back.
Kid was listening to it, and he's
and
just like
shakes
shaking
his
his head,
head
He's
like,
like, mhm,
man.
No,
man,
damn it,
wow.
that was Arcane.
Raccoons
Bring
back.
raccoons
They're
back.
gonna eat all our garbage.
By the way, it is never shown like in any way how he's doing this. That's not a concern.
Who's sanctioning him creating? See, when he said he's bringing back raccoons, I was like, all right. But then when you find out, because it happens earlier, because then you find out he made the dinosaur people, and you're like, are the raccoons going to be people? Is that what you're doing? That's
Yeah.
what I thought he was doing at
Yeah,
first. I
but
was like,
they show
he's
us
just gonna
the other
turn everyone-
animals, and they're just animals.
They're animals.
Yeah, so how come the dinosaurs were? Are they implicating that dinosaurs were always sentient and like us?
I think so.
There's a part where he's talking about how he's like,
no,
"Guys,
it is true because he says that. It's like, imagine, if
in
we
the
didn't.
world, yeah.
He was like, if we didn't get wiped out, we'd be controlling stuff, and you guys would be fossils.
and
so-
she's like, shut up, and he's like, sorry. Whatever.
So yeah, dinosaurs had houses and cars and shit.
They had a
probably
whole
had
civilization.
So it was like the Flintstones.
Yeah.
yeah,
pretty much. That's what this movie's predicated on. It's future
So this is
Flintstones,
yeah.
It's
basically.
heavy shit, man. It's so heavy.
Once upon a time, the era of the Flintstones in
In
the
the future, it does. It makes sense now.
Tomorrow, 1 hour ago.
No, but it's like imagine you wake up in the morning, you open your newspaper or Holla fucking News or whatever it is, and you go, "Bring your raccoons back at midnight tomorrow." Yeah.
All right.
Like, what do you do with
I
that
guess it's
information?
time.
Who gives
yeah.
a fuck?
I guess it's time we bring
You're
them
in
back.
the grid.
Finally.
There's no trees on the grid. We all know this.
Yeah, the only
You're
time
just
we
in
saw
the
any
grid.
vegetation was the place where the dinosaur got blown up.
And at the restaurant where he's
zoo.
like, "Hey, you want to eat this?"
Oh
thing?
yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah,
can eat
that's right.
vegetables.
They had hydroponically grown seaweed.
All right.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
there's also there's like that preserve, like the wildlife
This
preserve.
movie
Right.
is so fucking.
God,
so
man.
much
so
going on.
dense.
Have we haven't even really explained.
No,
Okay.
there's no idea what's
We
going
haven't
on.
really
All
gotten an
They're at the
edge yet.
club. They go to the club, and then they watch this woman sing a song. Her name's Marlene. Fucking
she's another-
Theodore Rex. All right, this is why I'm like, the dinosaurs are kind of fucked. She's out there singing. Every male dinosaur in the bar is going, and
they're
like
all
rocking
fucking-
around
they're
in their
they're
seats and
beasts.
shit. I was like, Jesus Christ,
They're
man.
all beasts, man.
They're monsters, dude.
Yeah.
I would not feel. I would have been like, I think leaving.
Yeah, you
now.
can't like have a
What's Whoopi
strip club
Goldberg
for like
doing? Just be
gorillas.
He's getting hit on by the burping
There
dinosaur.
were also
and the
like
teeth
half
guy.
naked humans up on the stage with
Yeah,
the dinosaur.
dancing with
Yeah, I
her.
didn't get. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Who is
what's
this show
sexy about
for?
this for anyone?
No one.
Yeah, it's so weird.
But all the dinosaurs are fucking like holding back boners apparently.
lady
They want to fuck,
dinosaur.
and they want to fuck women. I mean, we know that because Whoopi
Because they
Goldberg.
get hit on.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg's getting hit on. So
probably
the
just wanna
dinosaurs
fuck
find
anything.
everyone sexually attractive.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
It's
terrifying.
insane.
So they see this woman sing, then they go interview her because she was married to Oliver, who was the name of the dinosaur who
Right.
died at New
Other
Eden.
than that, we learned nothing about him.
He died at New Eden at the
Yeah,
zoo.
At the zoo.
Yeah.
Which means that he didn't get very far. Because they were trying to run from New Eden, the two workers. He's one of them, and so is the guy who gets shot by the zappers.
Yeah,
And
they
he
did-
only
yeah.
got like maybe like 40 feet away from the building before they killed him.
He wasn't really booking it either.
Yeah, he was
No.
No, he was just.
I mean, that's the best they can do, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're puppets. It's not. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Also, it's like you're a dinosaur just because you live in
bite
civilized
somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. Oh,
I
a,
know.
a laser butterfly is flying towards me from a guy who's hunting me down. I'm just gonna stand here, fucking run over there and eat his neck.
Well, he didn't know it was going to explode because he's like, oh.
Well, you don't
It's
expect
kinda-
anything good's
we
going to
just said it's
happen from
important.
it.
We don't see any violence from the dinosaurs toward humans.
Oh, no,
in this
at
movie
all. No,
whatsoever.
They're all being like, I'm a vegetarian. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Like they
Yeah.
totally write
The
that
movie
in
is
so that you
strangely
don't have to see any of
pro-vegetarian.
it.
Like they talk like you're gonna go eating all this meat. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, we're shown that Theodore is super strong when he like hugs those guys.
And he bends metal at that one part.
Oh,
yeah.
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 But all right, did anybody feel it was really weird that his wife almost seemed like she was part of it or did it at first.
Because she's
Marlene?
Yeah, Marlene.
Yeah,
she didn't give a flying fuck.
She's like,
she didn't care.
you just found out your husband died and you're having the funeral tomorrow. And she's like, oh, it's a dino custom.
and
No.
he's like, stop with that.
How would that be?
I thought she was like Madonna and Dick Tracy, man. I was
Yeah,
like, she's gonna be behind all this shit.
Yeah, I just
Nothing.
Yeah.
How is that a
Nothing.
dino custom if there's never been a dinosaur funeral before?
Ever.
Right.
None of them
So
have
there's no
died.
such thing as
What
a
custom?
Yeah,
for
and no one
anything.
said anything to that. No,
It's a dinosaur custom. It's the
This
first
is why
dinosaur
Whoopi
that ever
Goldberg
died.
should
Fuck
probably-
you. It's in the
there's-
scrolls.
maybe
Like,
dinosaurs
wait.
have died naturally and there's been funerals. They did say murder.
But it's only been
Yeah.
a few years. I mean,
I
I,
don't-
guess
dude,
there
who
are
knows?
other
Dinosaurs have to
so-
live.
How do you
for,
make
like,
a culture in a few years?
You can't. That's why they appropriated ours.
They wear clothes with huge holes
Why
in
would
the
we
back.
bring them into our
They're in
society?
trucks.
Why would we make them wear
fucking
clothes?
guy-
Alizar Kane was just like, yo, I did
Yo,
this.
dinosaurs exist and they're smart as shit.
And we're
Oh,
making
wait.
them wear clothes.
We're
didn't
writing
talk
them into the
about the clothes, though.
Constitution.
Because they were when they were in the place with that crazy fucking Zen garden like curling room. That's when he got the new clothes.
Oh, yeah, we did skip the new clothes montage.
Oh my god, that's so many questions.
Also, him getting his car destroyed. We skipped, but that's fucking useless.
Dude, what? I mean,
Yeah,
No,
fuck.
because one really cool, the only maybe actually cool thing that happens in this movie is you see the, what are they called?
Oh yeah,
Zap
The
heads.
Zap heads.
The
Zap
zap
heads.
heads.
Oh, yeah,
They're
chase
like on these
down.
motorized skateboards just like straight cruising down the street.
dragging crowbars on the ground and
Yeah,
shit.
they
It
look
looked
bad
awesome.
as fuck.
Yeah.
dude.
I can't believe this director like retired because he actually did some cool shit
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
this movie. Like, no lie, I'm not. I mean, do you not agree?
No, it's
there's
cool
some good
shit.
stuff in here.
I don't
But
really
then
have
the
a problem
Zap
with
heads
a
stuff in
lot
here.
of it.
They
It's
hunt
fine,
down
I
Theodore
guess.
Rex.
They
Yeah.
do like nothing. They
They
just
do
like,
nothing to his car. They like rip the seats and the top off and they like cover it in foam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just leave, and then we're told that fucking Elazar didn't even want them to do that.
Yeah, they were
Yeah, you
supposed
just
to
said watch them, don't interact.
so
with
they
them.
interact with him, do nothing, and that's what?
Look,
Wait, the
doesn't
close
matter.
montage, just like for a second.
Well, that happens right
Once-
after this.
okay,
No,
wait,
close
Because he
montage
doesn't have
already-
a car anymore, so they have to go talk
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
he's
commissioner.
covered in
What we
shaved
didn't
cream
say
and
is
exploded.
when
right.
when we're watching this movie, we all had various remarks about how he dressed.
Yeah, he looks
which
like a
was
fucking
he
idiot.
He looked like weird. He was wearing like a
said he looked
half
like
Cosby
somebody's
sweater,
aunt.
half
Yeah.
Like somebody's
like
aunt, a
Doctor
professor,
Who.
Doctor
Yeah,
Who. I
yeah,
mean, he's
some-
a
He had like a
million
green
things.
vest with like this orange, brown, yellow sort of
Yeah,
swath
you
of
said,
shit.
JD, you were like, why doesn't he dress like a fucking detective?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would help us to
You
understand
dress
what's
for
going
the
on.
job you want, not the one you have.
Right.
So they
exactly.
have a montage of him going to
Well,
a
he's young, give him a
like
break.
some kind of like I don't know. It's not a hologram.
It's like a
It's like,
transporter from like Star Trek.
yeah, and it makes your clothes change.
And a woman that works for the police department who would
Yeah.
know
What
that
he needs to wear.
Yeah, what he needs to wear would be police
A
uniform
detective
gear,
you
detective
know,
gear.
Like, yeah.
She starts putting on like fat opera lady costume.
Number
and
one,
he starts
Viking.
The
singing.
Viking
Yeah.
operator number 2 was a bandito costume
with a
And
mustache.
he- and he
with a
did the
mustache,
Mexican
and he
accent.
started doing the Mexican accent because he's wacky and
Hawaii,
zany.
Hawaiian.
Yeah.
He did Hawaiian.
There's one more we're forgetting.
Yeah, there was
Shit. I feel like there was like 6 of them.
Yeah,
There was a lot. And
This
it was
machine
unnecessary.
had dinosaur versions of all these costumes in it,
in it. Yeah.
Which
ready to go.
this is one.
Ready
This
to
is
go.
one of those things.
And then
They
This
know
one of
how
those
to
things-
replicate costumes on a body. They have that technology. Number one, like it's not just clothing.
all right, so
Like they don't just go to a clothing store.
yeah, just buy clothes for a dinosaur,
Yeah.
which would make sense.
I just
And then
look,
all
when
they
the
go
Oprah
with
goes,
up
he
with-
needs to look like a cop,
right.
and the woman puts a hoodie over an orange and gray shirt
And that's
and
what's in
pants.
Yeah, and jeans.
a hoodie.
Every cop we've seen up to this point is in black spandex
Spandex.
with fucking body harnesses and shit all over it. And you're like,
they put him in the. It's what
He
he's
looks
wearing on the box
homeless.
cover, essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he looks like a fucking like teenager. Like,
He
why
looks
the hell would you
stupid.
dress him
They're
like
like,
that?
he looks pretty good. And I'm like, he looks almost identical to what,
What
he
he
looked
did
like
before.
before.
He
Yeah,
looks
but
more
le-
juvenile
less
now.
scholarly, yeah.
This is what we went through this whole
more
5-10 minute
slackerly.
scene for.
It was like 5 minutes, and we talked about when we were watching. I just think
You
it's
could have
crazy.
cut to him wearing that shit.
It
No
could-
one
yeah.
asked any questions.
No one. It
his
seriously
clothes
could have
were
been them
ruined. He
walking
put on
out of the
different
station.
clothes.
They could have just walked out of the station, him wearing it, and she's like, "Hey, I think you look good." He's like, "Hey, thanks. I like my new clothes too." Like that's all it needed to
But
be.
instead, as you pointed out, it cost them They had to make
probably
they
thousands of dollars.
to make
tens
8 dinosaur
tens
costumes.
of thousands of dollars to create 5 alternate dinosaur-fitted puppet costumes.
Not to
20
mention
seconds
to
of
film
film.
and shoot and make a set for a scene. I mean, they literally this.
Yeah,
scene,
that teleporter thing wasn't anywhere else.
Yeah,
they had to build that old
They built
console.
all this shit for this one scene. It was
You know how-
insane.
I mean, that is so unbelievably useless. Now that you point it out.
Yeah.
They could have just
Everything is utterly useless. You see scenes where one thing happens in it, and it's like insanity.
You know why?
Wow, they
Because just
built
like
that.
they have to follow the template of him having some obsession with some type of food, they also need to include a gratuitous costume montage.
I mean,
it has to.
I was
it has
actually
to be
surprised because I thought we were nitpicking it, and then it was like, no, wait, the movie's gonna nitpick what he's wearing now. Like I thought we were doing that, and then the movie fucking does
yeah,
it.
they're like, maybe this is shitty.
You're
Yeah.
right though.
It's
Why
just
didn't they put him in the same kind of black spandex shit that Whoopi Goldberg?
Or
did?
like
Well,
a trench coat.
maybe it's because
yeah.
maybe
a
it's
trench
because she's.
coat.
Remember, we find out
Dinosaur
she's
in a
not
trench coat would
totally.
be great.
She's more human than human. She's.
Well, we find
that,
out.
she says that in the Ninja Grid.
That's when we get to the
Jesus
Ninja
Christ.
Grid.
Which being
So,
Ninja Grid, there are no ninjas. You see one guy just like a samurai lord.
All right, the Ninja Grid. Yeah, the Ninja Grid's one of the best parts of the movie. So they find out the toy maker. They gotta find this guy named the Toy Maker, and they're sent to the Ninja Grid.
He's the lightning guy from Big
Is
Trouble
she-
in Little China.
Yes,
As soon as I
yeah.
hear this, I'm like, fuck yeah, Ninja Grid, man.
So
It's
Here
gonna
we
be
go.
awesome.
We're
Yeah.
going.
I think Theodore's saying something about how he's like concerned about being in the Ninja Grid, and she's like, "Don't worry, I can take care of enough for both of us," or something
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
more human than a human.
Yeah, she basically explained that she's a robot or cyborg or
Like a
something.
genetically
Yeah.
enhanced.
I think it's
Not
more than that
genetically.
because she's like, I'm in later on when she's like, I'm in shutdown mode, and you're like,
What?
what?
Was the
That's-
guy she was with at the beginning of the movie
Also a robot? I don't know.
He looked a little doughy to be a robot.
When-
They did.
when-
Right? Why are they making robots look like Whoopi Goldberg in the future?
Yeah, why would you do that?
I don't
Why
know.
would yeah, let's make a like an out of shape, weird looking.
I gotta imagine she's enhanced,
fish
dude. She's
robot.
enhanced. It's not like
yeah, but
But
what?
she's in shutdown mode later, dude.
yeah. I
and
guess
also,
she can't be
why
human.
did they elect that body
can't be.
type and
She gets
physique to
shot.
be the super police soldier? Why?
They had that other guy literally standing there, and she pushed him out of the way.
No way, that
But
guy.
you had that guy.
That guy
All right.
should be a superhuman.
If Theodore Rex was Duke Nukem plus Dino Detective with
That'd be
clairvoyant
awesome.
psychic abilities, I'm all over it, man. It sounds
This movie
awesome.
would have been way better.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, it could have just been him.
Yeah.
All right. This next scene has so much in it. We gotta make
Oh,
sure
yeah,
not to miss
shit.
any of it.
Yeah, go.
So
Oh
the
my
toy maker runs a dead storage unit in the Ninja Grid.
Where people are cryogenically frozen.
You just said that sentence.
Yeah, I did. I'm proud. Yeah, it's where dead people go. Like if they have diseases and stuff, you freeze, and they're just
they
sitting
are
there.
able to recreate
Create
sentient
dinosaurs that
but-
drive cars.
Yeah, but people are cryogenically
AIDS,
frozen.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, they can't do
I don't know.
anything.
Yeah, it's just beginning about it.
Cancer is shit. You better freeze that guy. Cook me another dinosaur.
So he runs this thing. They get there. They're trying to find somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
A bag opens and a little purple
Oh
guy
my
pops out.
God!
The little purple guy pops out, and they're
I'm the
like,
guy in the bag.
"Yeah." They're like,
Dude, at
"What's
this
going
point,
on here?"
I was so tired. And then this happens, just like, it energized me.
Because it's nuts.
It's insanity.
This little purple thing. It sounds
It's in
like
an
you think
open
it's a
bag.
puppet.
It's in an open bag sitting on a table.
Like a doctor's bag.
Why a doctor's bag?
It's
Yeah.
he's called the toy maker. They're interacting with this little purple thing. I'm like,
Is it a
It's a
toy?
toy.
it's not alive.
No.
No.
Totally alive. Lives in a
Totally a
bag.
character
in
that
a
is-
storage
He
facility
says,
for
well,
dead
I'm the guy
frozen
in the
people.
bag, right?
I'm the guy in the
Yeah,
bag.
he's
I'm
like,
the
who
guy
are
in the
you?
bag.
He's like,
I'm the guy from the bag.
I'm the guy from the bag. And he tries to go back in the bag,
she
and Whoopi
bites him.
Goldberg puts her hand in there.
bites
He
her.
bites her, and he goes, "Don't ever come in my bag." Like, don't ever. Like, it was
what
weird.
the
It was like,
fuck
who are
is
you?
this?
Fuzzy or Woolly or whatever the
Oh
hell.
yeah, he's six fuzzy on him.
And Fuzzy
Which
looks like Mothra's spawn, like one of those
Basically,
weird, like,
yeah.
It's like
A little
white fur on a
caterpillar, furry
with these huge
caterpillar.
eyes.
and like a beak. I think it was fucking creepy.
and
Like,
the caterpillar leads them to
The
toy
elevator
maker.
that takes him to the toy
yeah, it
maker.
flew away.
This
But it
scene could have
turns
been
into a
excised.
butterfly. None of that made any sense.
Why would you
Like,
film
oh, they could
that?
have just went in there. Oh, there's nobody here. Oh, there's an elevator. We can take that upstairs. Why is there a little purple man that lives in a doctor's bag?
It sounds like you're making it
I
up.
know.
Someone
much.
for this movie wanted to write a check for a puppet maker.
Right?
That's why. It was
Yeah.
like, hey, why don't we just have him up to the elevator? Stop. Shut up. How about we have a bag? A little guy pops out. I'm gonna need you to make me a puppet of a little blue guy. His mouth is gonna flap open and
he's
shut.
just
But
gonna
why
say
not
stuff
come
like,
out
get
of
out
like
of my
a
bag.
box?
This is my
You know
bag.
what I mean? Like why? It's a weird.
Why not guy from the bag?
Why not be a face on the fucking plate cover to the buttons for the elevator?
Right, that
Why-
makes sense.
Why
yeah.
not a ticket door guy? Why anything but a dude who comes out
A
of a bag?
little weird, like Frankenstein-looking motherfucker. He
Yeah.
looked weird,
It
man.
was very visual.
His eyes were so big.
They were really
his
big.
head, they were bigger than his head.
You know what? Like some sort of like bird dinosaur out of an egg that was like wearing
Anything.
a
Yeah,
hat.
there's no theme here.
No.
It's just like it's not a dinosaur.
Dinosaurs are real. They
It's
live
not
with
a
humans.
robot. It's
There's
not a
men.
ninja.
There's
It's
little
a
purple
toy.
things.
It's a toy.
There's
God
ninja
damn it.
grids. Dude, you're on the ninja grid. Dude, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, the ninja grid.
There's
is
magic in the ninja grid, I
chaos
guess.
and anarchy on the ninja grid.
All right, so they go up and meet the toy maker. This is what baffled me. You got Whoopi Goldberg dressed like a police officer with a gun
dressed
drawn.
like an elite,
like a
something.
fucking SWAT soldier
Yeah,
with
yeah.
a gun drawn. Then you got a dinosaur who looks like a homeless guy.
Yeah.
They come up and he goes, "What can I do for you?" Whoopi Goldberg's about to be like, "I know you killed these people. Like, what do you think I'm doing here?" Fucking Theodore goes, "Let me handle this," and he's like, "I want to buy a gun." And you're like, "What's happening right now?" And he goes, "Okay, police officer, allow me to sell you a weapon from my office at my dead storage store." Like, when was it ever okay? And he's just like doing that. He like puts all these guns on the table and T-Rex like, yeah. And then she's like, "Yeah, I know you killed that guy." And he goes, "Fuck you, cops." And throws a bug bomb out. You're like,
Why the
why
fuck
just
did you
fucking
do that
explode
shit
the elevator
beforehand?
before they got up there? You know what they're there for. Why? And why did he know to ask him to sell a gun? They didn't even know who he was 10 minutes ago. I was like, what is this scene? None of this makes any sense. It was insanity. God, I think that scene was the most baffling in the whole movie to me. Because
Yeah, it was fucking weird.
allow
man.
me to illegally gun traffic for
I'll
you,
handle
police
this.
officer.
Why was that even their plan? Like, why was that their plan to get that information out of him?
Yeah,
you know what I
what
mean?
was
Like,
it gonna do?
It doesn't do anything.
So awesome.
And he was resistant, and it was weird.
No, so he puts this bug bomb out, right? They
They tiptoe
Go
away from
away
it. They're
from
like,
it.
now
It's
to the
fucking
left,
stupid.
to the right.
then the entire
Yeah,
it's
and
just
why-
the whole building
The
explodes.
whole building.
And you're like, well, they're dead, I guess. I don't understand. And then the guy peeks his head out, and then Theodore wraps his tail around his neck
and
you're
grabs
like,
him. He
wait, they
didn't
just
die in an
waited
explosion
there?
that blew up a warehouse.
There's so many times Theodore should have died.
That's
in this
the only
movie.
Yeah.
good detective-y kind of thing he did in this whole movie was to
Yeah.
be like, oh, well, he thinks it's safe. We'll just wait here because we're not dead.
Yeah. How did he not die? Was he a robot? Was the toy maker a human?
Yeah.
He wasn't
Because
a
they
ninja.
torture him. They just sit on him and
He
fart
was
on him
closer
after
to a
that.
ninja than anything else in the movie.
Because
True.
just by merit of being Asian.
And in the ninja grid.
Yeah. Nothing else
So,
in there was ninja-like.
They like strap him to a board or something in the alley in the ninja grid, and they start torturing him for stuff. He tries breathing on him because the whole movie they keep making
Yeah,
him bad breath.
they
breath.
had this
Try
terrible
using your
breath.
bad breath on him. Doesn't
And he's
work.
like, oh, that doesn't smell. And we're like, this scene sucks.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna give a reason why he's not affected by the bad
Yeah,
breath.
but no.
He's like,
just
no,
like, no,
fine.
that's fine. It's okay.
Anyway, then they
what
get the
else do they
information
do?
and then they leave.
Oh,
Yeah.
then he sits on him and farts.
Yeah, he fart. Oh, wait
And
a
he
minute.
doesn't like
you know
that.
what we missed? When they come into the toy maker,
yeah, they open the
the
elevator.
elevator opens, and as it's opening, there's a fart
Oh, yeah.
sound, but no one acknowledges it.
No,
or
she
anything.
does. She said it. She goes,
Did
did you really
she?
have to do that on the elevator?
Oh, because it happens when it's opening.
Yeah, yeah.
Just goes,
God.
yeah.
No, she
Jesus.
walks out going like this.
God
They
damn
acknowledged it. It
All
wasn't
I
just
don't
80
remember
yard
her
in.
acknowledging it.
The farts when he's sitting on them probably were.
Yeah.
They were probably like, man.
Let's just
this-
add in some
put a
farts because
little
he's going
farts
up and
in."
down.
Yeah.
So.
I want to get to the part where they kidnap the kid.
Oh, yes.
Where
With
Elazar. We haven't even talked about Edge and Elazar's plan, which I don't even know.
It doesn't even.
The scroll took care of that at the beginning.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they're
about their
torturing
awesome
him to get
trap
him to
for
admit
kids.
that Alazar, or to say who he gave the bomb to, and he says he gave it to Edge, and Edge works for Alazar.
Right.
So at that point, they go to confront Alazar,
Right.
and he's like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Because his plan is to freeze Earth.
He talks about the frozen fish, the fish that have
Yeah,
an
yeah.
enzyme.
And how he's gonna how if you inject that blood into other species,
You can
freeze them and wake them up at will.
So he's gonna inject the whole Earth with that.
No, he's gonna kill most people and freeze
the people who are.
That's what I was trying to say earlier. I think he
Yeah.
was gonna like ride out the ice age, and then when the thaw happens, they would unfreeze, and he would repopulate paradise, as he called it.
God, it's such a bad idea.
It's a really
He's
poor
gonna have
plan.
to be frozen for like 10,000 years.
Yeah.
At minimum.
Dude, you think your technology is gonna last that long?
He explains the whole scheme, and what does Whoopi Goldberg say? She doesn't fire back an insult or threaten him. She says, "We're not
here for a social call.
We're not here for a social."
Well,
call.
she doesn't realize that's part of the scheme.
No, he's telling her
just
about the blood, the freezing blood
freezing
thing.
blood, and she's like,
we're
"This
not here
is
for a
social
social call.
call."
Like, he's revealing the plot to you, idiot.
Detective.
What do you mean a social call? Yeah.
I think we're getting jumbled up, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
Dude, the ending,
but then
I'm really
So the
confused.
kid gets kidnapped. Wait, we didn't even address when Theodore Rex comes to the hockey game.
That's right.
In the park, did we? Yes, we did. Sorry.
Did we?
We talked about the junkyard
But we didn't
coliseum.
talk about that he hit it with his tail.
No,
But that doesn't
I
matter.
did like
It
that
doesn't
part.
matter.
He immediately wins over every single child there by hitting 3 street hockey balls into
a
the
net,
goal
yeah.
at once. And then it's that happening. He goes, "Oh yeah!" And then immediately cuts to a shot of the kids rolling
around.
Theodore Rex.
Well, the kid is leaving that place after another practice in the junk
whatever.
coliseum.
and they ensnare him with an ingenious trap.
Yes. What is it?
Huey.
Oh, it's a 1990s arcade cabinet that
Oh
doesn't
my-
have a screen.
No, it's just it's
It's
like
a white screen.
it's
with
like an
light
opaque
flashing all against
screen
it, yeah.
with a yellow
something
and white
that wouldn't
light
even
behind it.
enthrall a kid in today's world
No,
now.
no, never.
Now,
And
and, in
especially in
the
the
future,
future.
well,
And
once
it's
upon a
making
time
noises.
in the future, it does.
It's going like beep, 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 beep,
Yeah,
beep.
and he rolls up to it, and he doesn't even like try to put a quarter in.
He just starts
He
pressing
just
buttons.
starts pressing buttons, and a fist. You know what it reminds me of? The old Mortal Kombat ad where Kano and
Yeah,
Raiden reach through and they're like grabbing the kids. It
Yeah.
was just like that. They grab him
Yeah,
and yank
yeah,
him
yeah.
into the thing.
It was the
Zap
trappings,
heads and Spider. I
Right,
think
and
was
here's
his
the
name.
thing, though.
Spider.
Do you remember what baffled me was they transported the kid
And Spider.
and
And Spider inside
the arcade cabinet to the evil lair
And the reason
on
we
a
bring it up-
dolly.
on a
Like
dolly. Like, why didn't you just take him out?
just
I know what
because
it'll do.
Edge grabs the kid. The kid bites Edge's
oh my
finger.
god.
Right.
And he goes, ah! And it goes,
Oh my
It goes into his mouth.
Slow zoom into his mouth.
Yeah, dude, it's like a really slow zoom of him screaming right all the way into his mouth. Nothing.
Cuts to Theodore Rex and Whoopi doing
There's
something.
a lot of really weird scene changes, like that one in the mouth. There's the earlier one where Edge is talking to Spider, and it looks like they're in an alley, but then it pans up, and they're just behind this little wall, right next to
the
where
police station or
No,
whatever.
where Theodore and them were going to the
They were in a
museum.
dumpster
You
or
were like,
something.
what was
Oh
that?
my god, I forgot about the dumpster shot.
And then at the end, when
Yeah.
Theodore walks by and the screen turns black, except for him for some reason, it looks really weird. And then
I guess it
the
was
end
him
pops
wiping
up.
the screen. But
It wasn't though, because it just once halfway through the
Yeah, it
whole
turns
thing went
black.
black.
Yeah.
It wasn't like him turning it black. It was like this thing's happening and then
Oh.
black.
all right.
It was weird.
All right,
except
so
for him.
we have-
All right,
There's a helicopter scene.
fuck.
Dude, the hell, fuck, Christ almighty.
Again,
Where are we?
again,
Again, it did not need to happen.
Another
It
fucking
goes on
prop
for way
piece
too long.
that they didn't need. They did not need the helicopter.
But once they had it, they used it full extent. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
but
by
they're
like
Oh,
yeah,
they filmed it way too much.
winging
Yeah,
it all
they
over
didn't
the
cut
goddamn,
any of it
crashing
out.
into all kinds of shit, being all like, oh, what's going on?
We skipped the most awkward part of the movie, which is when they get Spider, who eventually
Oh,
flies
yeah,
them in the
yeah.
helicopter.
Yeah.
Because they show up to his thing and they crash a truck through it with
Right.
a guy tied to the front of it, and they're like freaking out about that. And then Whoopi Goldberg walks out. That scene's terrible, where she's just like, like it's supposed to be the like standoff where they're laughing at each other,
Yeah.
but it's not tense.
It's just
It's
her like.
it's just awkward
Yeah.
and terrible and
Ugh.
weird. And then fucking Theodore Rex swings down on a chain like a cannonball or whatever, a wrecking ball, because they're all standing in a line.
Yeah.
It's just like that scene was just terrible.
That was
Yeah.
a
It didn't
terrible
make any
scene.
sense.
God.
It was
yeah,
like,
I mean,
why
to
didn't
say
they just
that's
kill
one movie
her
that had lost
immediately?
lost me more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There,
Yeah.
this movie had a big lull in the middle. JD fell asleep.
I fell asleep.
Dude, the last 15 minutes were confusing. I mean,
Oh, very
straight
much
up.
so. But it got boring as fuck. Like 2/3 of the way through, you're just like, oh,
Jesus
all
Christ!
right,
Yeah,
all right,
the
all
part
right.
once he's hanging from a helicopter, like you said,
And then it just
going,
becomes like
"Whoa," it's
nonsense.
Like, come on.
I'm telling you, when they crash through a window into New
Alizar Kane.
And I'm telling you, if you watch again, I watched specifically that fucking helicopter.
Oh, it lands right the fuck on
crushes.
top of him.
Fucking,
He was just
body.
being tethered from the bottom of
yeah.
it. Like,
I'm
it
like,
was
how
garbage.
are you land this fucking thing ever? There's absolutely no way you could safely land that.
Yeah, because he's literally underneath
just
of it.
hanging under
He's
it.
the whole bottom of the
You can't
fucking
have
helicopter.
you can't have some trick camera work where it shows him like swinging off to the side,
Yeah.
or something
No.
like that.
I
Or
mean,
him just-
helicopters,
or
can
then just
go
letting
up
it
and
down, him
it'll
walking
slow down.
away.
Yeah,
I mean,
or
there's
that.
that too. Yeah.
See, I think the
They didn't
only
really
thing
think that through.
You had a guy in a suit on a helicopter for real. You film as much as you can, and then you put it all in the movie.
Why were they
That was
unable
the
to
answer.
control the helicopter?
Because she was holding the gun to Spider's head.
Yeah, but he got
And he
all the
was
way
just like,
there.
"Ah."
He
Yeah.
got all the way
Yeah.
there.
She was really ineffective at it.
Yeah, it was just dumb. It just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
They could have driven there.
See, once you
They
get,
knew where Alizar lives. They've
Yeah.
been there already.
Yeah, all this shit's happening in like 3 places. It's not, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's
they
not,
didn't need him to fly them with a helicopter to the house.
no, they could
could
have just walked or
killed
driven a
him
car.
and drove there.
Yeah, yeah.
Could have arrested him. Excuse me.
But no, they
They're
had to
not
have a scene
monsters.
with a wacky helicopter
Yeah.
ride.
Well, I mean,
Like a 2.5 minute long scene of them just flying out. It was just
the guy.
awful.
So towards the end, they're getting to the the guys are driving away. They shot the shit out of Whoopi Goldberg, but she didn't die. She gets.
Well, they reveal the whole plan, which you've already said,
Yeah.
and they've kidnapped the boy and the girl.
Yes.
So Theodore,
They've shot Whoopi in the chest
Like
Not
4
yet.
times.
4 times.
not yet.
Well, okay, I thought we were just going
Yeah.
to the fact that she was shot in the chest.
That
Like,
doesn't
4
happen yet because they crash land,
Right.
and Whoopi Goldberg
Oh, goes and gets the
goes
kid.
to get the kid. That's like splits off,
oh,
the monkey.
right. Yeah,
Monkey.
yeah.
There's
and
no
Theodore
form.
Rex stays
Oh yeah,
there.
the kid gets a monkey.
Yeah, the kid
this
gets a
is-
monkey. They,
God, to make it more.
she kills a
fucking
bunch of the fucking
a monkey, which
Zappets,
isn't
gets the
sentient,
kid.
but a primate.
Yeah, it doesn't
That,
talk.
that he
yeah.
made. Those are made monkeys. Then they're not
for
smart.
his new Eden, man.
Jesus
But
Christ.
dinosaurs are good.
Yeah, dinosaurs are good.
Yeah.
But she saved the kid before that,
Right,
And
yeah,
like
yeah,
he
yeah.
gets the monkey and leaves. Then she meets back up with Rex, and he's like, "Dude, he just fired a rocket into the fucking space that's gonna blot out the sun somehow." Which they
Yeah.
never addressed how the
Never
rocket was
addressed
gonna
that
do
part
that.
at all.
Yeah, as
It's
all it
a
was a
rocket.
rocket, a
It's
big
gonna-
ass rocket with.
It was going
like
to cause
animals
the
painted
ice
on
age.
it.
That's
Sure.
what. It
Yeah.
was,
He said something about blotting out the sun.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how. And he had
Yeah.
fired the rocket, and he could not detonate it, but not detonate.
Why would
the
it detonate
good
at
stuff.
all? Like it's blotting the sun out.
You were mentioning
What?
earlier about like the protocols. Like, why is no one trying to stop him? Like, how is he not the most wanted, hated being on this in this
He
reality?
should be scrutinized like a fucking.
Like
any,
everybody's
like,
just like,
Well,
oh,
the
he's
cops are
just
totally
making-
down with him. The cops are like down with everything he's doing.
Yeah,
he's
people talking about, like-
populating a major metropolitan grid with fucking dinosaurs.
So they're like, what's
Don't
your
fuck
what's,
with that guy.
what's
Dude, that's
the next
crazy.
great thing you're gonna do, Alizar? Well,
Oh shit!
Bringing back raccoons. Fuck y'all.
then I'm gonna plunge us into an ice age.
So Theodore Rex.
We got to go back to the mole men soon.
Yeah, Theodore Rex. I mean, what's
do.
to say? The guy shoots the rocket. They try to escape. He frees Marlene. He frees the girl. They disappear and are not addressed. Then Theodore Rex. They have to drive down this winding ass road that's
Yeah.
only super winding for this because there's no other way for a fucking dinosaur to catch up to them because they're slow as shit.
Dinosaur is a puppet that
They
can't
can't
run.
Yeah,
save
so
their
he has to
own
like,
lives.
run laterally through all the curves
Yeah.
to try to catch up to them, and he throws like a grappling hook on the seat,
Hooks
like
the-
wraps it around a tree, like hooks it, grabs Alizar out of the car.
My favorite laugh, my second favorite laugh of the whole thing is when Edge is just like, ah!
yeah,
And
Yeah.
his car crashes into a billboard, which erupts into fire.
immediately
And
the
everyone
car explodes.
dies.
Car
Propane
just
tanks getting
fucking-
shot at. People's cars getting attacked by mutants.
None of that's
Nothing
gonna blow anything
happens.
up.
Nothing happens. You crash into a
Low
billboard.
speed crash into a billboard.
It's over.
Hellfire is raining down.
So then they get the transceiver, and I didn't understand that. He takes the transceiver, the countdown's still happening.
Still happens.
He pushes a button, the countdown continues.
Yeah.
And then you watch the rocket explode in space, but then nothing happens.
But isn't that what it was supposed to
Yeah,
do?
wouldn't it? Shouldn't it have
What
exploded?
the fuck was it supposed to do?
Was it actually going to go to the sun
And
and put it out?
Son?
Maybe that was like the limit.
He's
of
going to
its
like
range.
put out the sun, and the Earth is going to shoot off in a trajectory towards a new sun and catch a new orbit. Like,
Yeah.
so,
Like, completely insane.
I mean, I wouldn't put past this movie. It's got
Alizar Kane,
people that live
man.
in bags. and caterpillar monsters.
Well, anyway, and
Jesus
that's when
Christ.
between somewhere in there is when we learn that Whoopi is not human.
We addressed it. He's like,
I know, and she does she says the line, "I'm more human than human."
She says that,
which
and
is
she
from
also
Blade
spits the
Runner.
line,
Somebody was trying to be deep with this shit. They were trying.
She got shot 4 times. She like electrocuted herself, couldn't move.
Yeah.
And
was in shutdown mode. I'm in shutdown mode. I can't give you my gun.
But we've never been given an ounce of knowledge before this that she is not
Nothing.
human.
That's when you figure
If
it out.
anything, we've been led completely against that.
She's
like this renegade, sassy, bad attitude, like agent who's like so fucking hardcore she can't be on the police force. They have to reinstate her.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
they can make robots, why do they even need a police?
You have washed up
why are
robots.
slow-moving dinosaurs that can barely fucking walk being asked to solve cases when they can just populate it with robots?
I mean, if they could just make
That's a really good point.
If they could just make these super clones, why aren't they making fuckloads of them?
Right.
There should be no limit.
I don't think she's a clone.
She's a
probably
robot android thing.
Well, then they can still
She's
make
like
that
RoboCop.
cyborg.
Probably she was a badass cop.
And then
all that's left of her is her head, and they put her on a
the
robot.
worst part of it all.
This sounds like a Whoopi Goldberg experience.
Jesus.
The worst part of it all is the head. You're right.
The head is the worst part of the whole thing.
Oh man.
All right, it's time to go back down
Yeah, we better
underground.
get downstairs.
Gotta get to the mole men.
Okay.
Guys, thanks for watching this.
Yeah, if
Whoopi
you,
Goldberg
I
movie with
suggest
us.
people watch this.
I think
it's funny, man.
It's worth a
watching.
watch.
It's bananas.
It's absolutely insane.
Although, some of us did fall asleep during this, so it does have a lull.
No, I said there was
The
a lull.
first half hour, 45 minutes are worth it.
Just
Totally.
for the sake of
Just-
trying to wrap your head around what is actually
The
happening.
fact that anyone would
It's like a puzzle.
somebody gave millions of dollars to this movie.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. The fact that
Yeah,
they would
no,
even
they-
bother.
Scenes with
I would have loved to
13
have
or
been
14
around like budget meetings, being like, "What about this?
We need
Yeah,
9
that's fine.
dinosaur extras for
Yeah,
this
yeah,
club
whatever.
scene. It's going to cost us $30,000. What do
All
you
right.
think?
Are you sure you don't want to review this crime lab scene? It's costing us $250,000. No, it must be like
Kids will
that.
love it.
I have a vision. Like this is gonna be so,
So this
big.
dino tail car we got to build is going to be like, I don't know, at least 22 grand. Like, ugh.
22, man. Probably more than that.
It's just an old tour bus, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Yeah, they just cut a hole in the side, put some doors in.
For a tail.
It's a
Yeah.
double-decker bus.
It's weird, too. If, like, dinosaurs existed, wouldn't they just make new cars that just... They wouldn't have, like, a tail slot. It would just be made for... You know what I mean? Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Doing that's like accommodating dinosaurs. Never mind.
All right, we
Yeah,
gotta
it
get
doesn't
underground.
fucking matter. Watch it.
Thank you.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Bye.
You have just listened to Bonus Disc. Questions, comments, and movie suggestions can be posted to Facebook.com/bonusdisc. Opinions and criticisms of the hosts and guests of Bonus Disc are 100% valid.